What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have a video that I am very excited to be making. Today we are going to be diving into another CS item asset class and seeing how these assets have performed overall over the past like 6, 12, 18, and 24 months, and then kind of stacking up the returns of them against other CS item asset classes to see if these items are worth investing in or something that we should potentially be looking at. And today, like I said, I'm really excited because I think I found some hidden gems. I think I found some stuff that people are maybe greatly overlooking, or maybe some stuff that I was just previously greatly overlooking, and I might be making some new purchases very shortly in the future. Obviously, as you guys can see on the screen, today we are talking about patches, which have been a very interesting item asset class so far in the history of CSGO, and I think they're going to be potentially pretty interesting going forward into the future, whether Valve continues to pump them out or whether they kind of get lost to the history books. Either way, I think things could end up working out very well. We're going to get into that in a second, but first I just wanted to plug my cash trading business. This has really become my main side hustle at this point, almost like a part-time job at times. It slowed down a little bit recently, but over the past couple weeks things have been very crazy. We've been doing a ton of trades, a ton of big trades, and hopefully helping a lot of people out. So if you are interested in cashing out any of your CS items, skins, stickers, anything like that, I'm buying anything and everything. I know I've been saying I'm buying anything and everything. I had a guy reach out to me the other day and say, hey, do I want to buy like a couple thousand Paris papers? And like, no, I don't want to buy stuff like that. Papers, glitters, but pretty much anything else I'm looking to buy. So if you're looking for a safe, effective, efficient way to cash out on your items, hit me up over on Twitter. That's the best way. My Twitter's linked in the description below, but also, Discord, YouTube, Steam, whatever, we can get a deal done. And yeah, it just kind of works out great for everybody. It's an awesome way to help support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this. So patches are obviously very interesting. I don't really think that we've gotten any new patches lately, but patches were definitely a bigger thing a couple years ago when we got all these different patches coming out. They've started to fade off a little bit, but it's very possible we could get some new patches heading into CS2, but also patches have kind of come on my radar for a couple of different reasons. One, patches I knew were doing pretty well recently because agents are getting more and more hyped up. I think agents have just kind of been growing on people a little bit more. Agent prices have started to go up and do very well. And obviously along with agents, patches are then kind of, coinciding with that. But also in CS2, agents are cooler because you can see more of your agent. You can look down, you can see your body, you can see your legs, you can see your shoes. People are expecting agents to become this bigger and better thing. And like I said, the prices of agents have been going up, so people are enjoying them. We're obviously expecting to get some new agents in CS2 and that kind of stuff. And like I said, I think patches will come along with them, and I do expect some new patches to come out. But also I knew that patches were starting to go crazy because I had seen more and more people talking about the bayonet frog on stuff like Twitter and Reddit and YouTube and different social medias and stuff. And I see obviously the bayonet frog price is like $145 on Steam. That's at least significant. I don't know how it's done in terms of an investment until obviously I dive into the numbers and stuff, but at least something being that expensive is going to catch my eye because, hey, that's a pretty penny that people are paying for, items like patches that you don't really hear much about, especially as an investment class. And also I've seen that people have been specifically trying to buy agents with bayonet frogs attached to them, and those prices have been going up. So I wanted to take a deep dive into this, and obviously every time I dive into an asset class, it's not always super interesting. It's not always exciting. Sometimes I dive into an asset class and I'm like, oh, okay, these are shit. I'm kind of staying away from these, but at least, it's more data and more numbers that I'm adding to my knowledge base and adding to my spreadsheet and stuff. And then by making these videos for you guys, one, I can make content out of my research and kind of make my time more efficient by kind of, using my time in two ways, but also you guys just get to sit there, chill, relax, and hopefully learn something and hopefully gain some knowledge, and that can help you make some money going forward. So I wanted to dive into patches. I wasn't exactly sure how great patches were. I thought there was maybe some characteristics and aspects that were going well for patches, but also, we haven't gotten really any new patches lately. They're kind of underhyped. You don't see many people talking about them. Obviously, you can see the quantities are really low. The liquidity is not great. There were some negatives as well, but I was curious, wanted to dive into them, and here is the numbers that I've come up with patches. These are 20 of the top patches. Obviously, there's a ton of patches. I think there's 12 pages of patches. I think there's like 100, 110, 120 patches in CS2 right now, or CSGO or whatever. But I just took some of the top ones because I just wanted to start somewhere, and obviously I wasn't going to be able to run the numbers on 120 different things. I wanted to get some of the numbers on the top patches just to see if there's anything worth diving into more, and maybe in the future I'll dive into some more patches, or if you guys have any specific patches you want me to dive into, let me know. But Here are the ones I took a look at. Some of the top Stockholm Gold patches I took a look at. On the list here, we have stuff like I said, Bayonet Frog, Dead Men, Elder God, Aquatic Offensive, The Boss, obviously, based on the Crown Foil patch. We have the Health patch. We have some other cool ones here. The Howl, obviously, is going to be a big one. Metal Silver Demon, the Global Elite, Sunset Wave, these are all on the list. And then I also threw in a couple of these Challenger patch packs from Stockholm to see how they performed as well. And like I said, here are some of the numbers. Over the past 6 months, it's actually very, very interesting. Patches have been doing quite well. Now, it's weird because there's kind of two different sets of patches. There's the patches that haven't really done anything, and this is kind of interesting for this asset class because generally when I've looked at other stuff like cases or knives or whatever, generally everything kind of follows the same path. Now, obviously, in stickers and in knives and in cases, there's outperformers and there's underperformers, but to me, when I looked at patches, there really seemed to be a big difference. Like, the fact that the top patch went up 4.4x in the last 6 months and the lowest patch actually went down in the last 6 months, that's pretty interesting. Then you can also see this kind of big gap between things that have gone up like 1.4x in the last 6 months and things that have gone up like 2x and above in the last 6 months. But, the Howl is, of all the patches I looked at, the Howl's actually gone down in the last 6 months. I thought that was kind of interesting. But look at these patches at the top. Dead Men is up 4.4x in the last 6 months. Aquatic Offensive up 4x. Elder God up 2.7x. Metal the Global Elite up 2.7x. Sunset Wave, I think, is a pretty cool patch, especially at a good price, $17, 2.6x. Bayonet Frog, even though it's at $156, it's up 2.6x in the last 6 months. This thing was $61 6 months ago. And then you have, the FaZe Stockholm Gold, up 2.2x in the last 6 months. And then also, very, very interestingly enough, we have the Stockholm Challengers pack and the Stockholm Contenders pack that are both up about 2x in the last 6 months. So this means patches are actually interesting items and actually probably investment quality, because when you talk to a lot of the good investors or listen to a lot of the good investors or see who's made a lot of money in CS, people will say the main ways to make money are off of majors, off of operations, and off of cases, because cases are just, they've been insane investments throughout the history of CS. And if we compare it to a lot of those things, we can see that these patches are actually competitive with a lot of these things over the last 6 months. Now, if we go to something like cases, I have all my cases pulled up here in the last 6 months return for cases. The best case is up 3.4x in the last 6 months, and a lot of the best cases are between 2 and 3.5x in the last 6 months. And again, patches are at least in that range. There's a lot of patches in that range as well, and patches are outperforming things like knives in the last 6 months. Patches are outperforming things like keys in the last 6 months, and they're competitive with some of these major capsules and some of these major stickers in the last 6 months as well, which I thought was very, very interesting. Now, if we look out at the last year, in the last 12 months, patches still are doing insanely well. We have the Tyloo Stockholm Gold up 7.5x in the last year. This is, to September 23rd of 2022. I'm recording this on September 23rd of 2023. Bayonet Frog is up 6.5x. Mao Stockholm Gold up 6.5x. Dead Men up 6x. Stockholm Challengers pack up 6x. And Stockholm Contenders pack up 6x. And that is actually what is very, very interesting as well, because those Challengers patch packs are up 6x in the last year. And that is very, very good. Obviously, if we go to Stockholm Capsules, which are some of the best CS investments of all time, Stockholm Capsules, very, very highly sought after, huge demand. They've had huge gains. If we go to the Challengers sticker capsule right now, it's $6.38 on the Steam store. If we look at September 22nd of 2022, we will see right here that the price was $1.40, and again, today the price is $6.38, which is about a 4x in the last year. So the Challengers patch pack has actually outperformed the Stockholm Challengers capsule in the last 6 months. And I think that is very, very interesting. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to say, hey, these patch packs, they have low liquidity. They're going to be hard to sell a lot of those. And that's very, very true. It's going to be hard. If you put, $1,000 into patch packs and $1,000 into capsules, it's going to be way easier to sell all your capsules and actually get that full value. Where if you try and offload $1,000 in Challengers packs, it's going to take a long time and you might even drive the price down a little bit. But another huge thing that right now patch packs have going for them is the fact that patches are not being actively produced in our new majors. So if you are owning Stockholm stickers or Stockholm capsules, you are very, very fearful of Copenhagen 2024 right now and them releasing more borderless stickers. And if that does happen, Stockholm stickers and Stockholm capsules are going to go down. But what's not going to happen is these patch packs are going to crash because there's not going to be, most likely, a Copenhagen 2024 patch pack. So there's actually some less risk involved with these, and they've outperformed in the last 6 months. So, man, I don't know. I went into this not expecting much from patches. Like I said, they're kind of a weird asset class that not a lot of people talk about. It doesn't seem like a lot of people care about. Now, again, you have to be careful because the liquidity is not great here. And if we look, we can go back to some of these and see that, hey, the quantities are like 20, 20, 48, 27. Like I said, it's going to be hard to sell off a lot of these. But if you wanted to throw a couple $100, even like $1,000 into some of these more expensive things, or even load up on some of these patch packs, I could definitely see myself doing this in the near future. Before looking at this, I was not considering buying patches at all. But now, after seeing the returns and seeing that the returns are actually competitive with some of the best investment items in all of CS, I'm going to be thinking about buying some more of these, especially, like I said, if agents continue to become more popular into CS2, maybe some new patches come out. Obviously, that'd be competition for some of these, but it would also, make people be buying these more. Also, obviously, a lot of these are very, very scarce. Supplies are going to stay low. They're going to be very, very... supplies are going to be limited. They're going to be rarer going forward in the future. I think there's a lot of great things going on for patches. Like I said, I think these are a hidden gem. I think these are very, very underrated. And after diving into these numbers a little bit, I have definitely changed my tune about patches. Like I said, I never really considered buying them, but all of a sudden I'm going to be looking at some of these. I'm going to be looking at the Bayonet Frog. I'm going to be looking at these Challenger patch packs. I'm going to be looking at stuff like Dead Men and Sunset Wave. And I might be buying some patches very, very soon. Again, there are some clear patches that have been underperforming, like the Boss, Health, Howl, which is kind of weird because the Boss is a crown foil one, and Howl, it seems like those would be very, very good. But you can see here, these have actually done quite poorly over the last 2 years. But there's definitely some patches that have done very, very good over the last 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and 24 months. So I definitely wanted to get this info out to you guys and let you know that there could be some money to be made here. I don't know, but obviously you got to make those decisions for yourself. But I am probably going to be buying some of these, at least adding some percentage to my portfolio very, very soon. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.